Well, good morning to all of you joining us live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm NBC 10's Alison Bolgona. If you wake up really in the morning, you wake up most likely with Mario and me and Christina and Kristen. So I appreciate you following along. We're trying something new here at NBC 10 News, and it's called 10 at 10. And I'm coming to you live from the newsroom, kind of with an unscripted look at today's top stories. And Gene Valicenti will be joining me from week to week, but right now he's enjoying some well-earned time off down in Florida. So good morning. It is Tuesday. It's March 11th, and a lot's been happening already this week. And I want to get to that at our 10 at 10, a mid-morning update on some of the stories, especially catching my attention. One of the stories that has been big, actually, that started last week and is spilling into this week is an update on an Ask Alison report. Those of you who know me well know that you can email me questions and I try and get you answers in a timely manner. And one viewer emailed last week asking about problems with parking at the Providence Place Mall, specifically that over by the Cheesecake Factory, people couldn't get in and out, that it was shut down for construction. And he wanted to know, when would that all be fixed? When could people get in and out to deal with some of the congestion? Well, the mall is under receivership right now. Jack Dorsey is the receiver. I reached out to him and he said they are working on that. The garage is open, but they recognize that some of the traffic flow is a real problem. So he told me that they're working on some funding models, not just to deal with parking and traffic flow in and out of the garage, but also some security issues at the mall too. Well, that story from last week rolled into Monday and Tuesday of this week. And Molly Levine did get in touch with Jack Dorsey after me, and he talked to her about all of this, especially after this weekend when there was a lot going on in downtown Providence and the mall became really congested with people trying to get in and out. So what is the deal? Here's Molly's interview with the receiver.
The payment kiosks, the lift gates, and the arms as you're entering and exiting the parking facilities, all of the old equipment's been removed and installed with completely new equipment.
So they all work?
They all work.
So the equipment wasn't the problem this weekend?
The equipment was not a problem this weekend.
It was the congestion?
That's correct.
But to be fair, even though it was a busy weekend, a lot of people are really frustrated even during the week because it's hard to get in and out of the mall. So Jack Dorsey, I have to say, has been really responsive to us when we reach out to him. So we're hoping we'll get some more news on when the parking flow will improve there at the mall. We're also dealing with, of course, the receivership. So we're going to see if new stores are moving in and out and what their long-term sustainable plan is for the future. We'll talk to Gene about that next week too. Also trending on turnto10.com. You know, a lot of you have been calling our newsroom about this. We've been dealing with this on a personal level, professional level too, outside of our jobs as anchors and reporters, all of us experiencing really high electric bills when it comes to gas and electric, but especially electric. There's a breakdown in the bills. This is also a follow-up to an Ask Alison report. Learning how to read those Rhode Island energy bills. There's a supply charge, a delivery charge. It's really confusing. A lot of people want to know, why are the delivery fees in some instances even more than the supply fees? Well, this has gotten the attention of the Public Utilities Commission. They are there to work for you, the PUC. So they did invite the public in last night to talk about this. What are the delivery fees? What are the supply fees? Why have they gotten so out of control? And we know this is impacting so many of you. The calls just keep coming in and out of the newsroom, as I said. So we sent John Perrick out to report.
We have experienced one of the coldest winters in the last several years, and we understand that the pain.
February, 580.
580.
580.14.
Have you ever seen it that high?
No, never.
A feeling so many Rhode Islanders can relate to when seeing their electrical bills.
Prices have gone up and up.
The signs were out and the message was clear ahead of tonight's public hearing at the state's Public Utilities Commission.
Why are you making so much money off of Rhode Island consumers?
But when 6 o'clock hit, it was packed and heated and solid. So packed that halfway through, the hearing had to be paused due to fire codes. But that didn't stop the frustration from flowing. So many fed up with the cost of their electrical bills.
This is the time period when the CEO of Rhode Island Energy saw his pay package increase from $9 million per year to $12 million.
Wow. That delivery charge is 3 times the amount the supply is.
And that's the big concern. Rhode Island Energy has requested to increase the delivery charge by 3%.
Delivery charge is about 34% of the bill, and the public policy is about 16% of the bill.
But the 3% increase charge is tiny compared to a couple of other charges from the state that might go up on your bill. There's a second transmission charge, which is billed by other utilities that deliver the power from the generating plant to the state line, and that's going up 15%. But the biggest increase that the Public Utilities Commission is considering is directly related to the state of Rhode Island's green energy programs. That line on your bill is going up a whopping 43%.
It's the state mandates that are going up 43%. Now, is that not a little bit excessive?
We're talking about $1 when PPL made $888 million in profit last year.
So what's interesting about this story too is a lot of folks from Rhode Island Energy are going to say your bills are going to go down in April because the rate's going down, but that's traditional. Between October and April, the rates typically go up and then drop, but we're going to keep an eye on this for sure. And Rhode Island's not alone. Massachusetts is also dealing with this. The Bay State also holding Eversource accountable. There was a rebate program that was put in place, but a lot of people are pushing back against that too. And Governor Maura Healey's involved with that as well. So we're going to keep our eyes on this story. The Echo Village Pallet Shelter opened up in Providence. Gene and I have been talking a lot about that. My understanding is it's 2/3 full. We are getting into a warmer season, so we're going to pay attention to that. The folks who are running the programs there to see how that's rolling out after so many delays when it came to the fire code, so on and so forth. So that's a big story that's been unfolding this week. Also catching my attention, we want to pay attention to this. Fall River, the new mayor there, Paul Coogan, will deliver the State of the City address. That's at 5:30 tonight. We're going to stay on top of that. A preview coming up on our earlier newscast, and then later also in the day as well. We're also working on something else. I know a lot of you have been responding to me since we did a story about a lack of special needs dentists in the state of Rhode Island. We did a 7+ month-long investigation into that. And since then, more stories have come up about how the state serves adults with intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities. And one of those stories has to do with services down in the Westerly area and the southern part of the state. Well, there's so many social service agencies that work with adults with disabilities. A viewer by the name of Maria just asked me, I'll just quote this from my notes, all-day programs are up north, and there's transportation, which is entirely another issue. We can't get folks from Westerly up into the northern part of the states for more social service agencies. And she's asking me, have we forgotten some of those in Rhode Island who need services? So that's another report I'm working on right now for Sunrise as well. So lots happening, including the weather. Mario is very happy today because I don't also have to suffer through him complaining about more cold temperatures because a warm up is on the way. And Christina has this follow-up.
Hey, good mid-morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Christina Ernie. We've got a nice day ahead. Already seeing those bright skies bringing us into the 40s, and for highs today heading into the low 60s throughout the interior, although there will be some cooler air at the coast, those southwesterly winds making it feel more like the low 50s at the coastline. We do have that elevated fire risk, but by tomorrow, all of us see temperatures that are a little bit cooler. Not a lot of moisture expected this work week, but we could see the isolated potential of some rain or snow as we head into Thursday morning.
So that's some good news, especially as we roll into the weekend. A little bit of precipitation is coming our way, but guess what? No more snow, it looks like. Although March tends to be a very tricky month at the same time. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Quick reminder that we're doing more digital for you on YouTube, Facebook, X, of course. And we're also going to start doing some behind the scenes stuff on Instagram as well with the Sunrise crew. So I want to thank you for joining us. This is going to come to you every week. It's going to be Jean, myself, some other reporters as well, as we kind of just take a more casual step back and look at some of the stories that are affecting all of us here in Southern New England. So thanks for joining us for 10 at 10.